Now, this is the big story coming from India. After a fractured poll mandate in southern Indian state of Karnataka, the leaders of BJP and Congress, JDS combined, approached Governor Vajubhai Vala to stake claim and form the government. Karnataka BJP today morning elected former Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa as the legislature party leader. The JDS legislators have alleged that BJP is trying to poach MLAs from their party. Meanwhile, the Congress has decided to approach the court if Governor invites Yediyurappa to stake claim for government formation. On Tuesday, the BJP managed to win the most number of seats in the state assembly but fell short of 8 seats needed to form the government. Senior Karnataka BJP leader said his party is in touch with some Congress and JDS MLAs as they hope to stitch a coalition to form the government in the state. The Congress, which has been reduced to just 78 seats, has said it is ready to offer unconditional support to JDS to form the government with HD Kumaraswamy as Chief Minister.
Given the arithmetics of the Karnataka elections and given the fact that all the 3 major parties contested the polls not in an alliance but individually, and none of them have been able to secure the majority on its own, the governor will now have to determine which party or which combination has majority support. Clearly, going by the figures of the election results, the Janata Dal and Congress combined is in majority. The governor in these circumstances, in my considered view, has no option but to invite Mr. Kumaraswamy to form the government.
Well, the Bharatiya Janata Party and the central leadership does not believe in fair politics. They don't believe in democracy. They always believe in breaking the opposition political parties. This is what they have been doing since they have come into power at the national level. For the last 4 years, they have always resorted to malpractices in political life. They believe in breaking the political parties and form the government. This is what they are trying hard since yesterday. But we have full faith in our legislatures. We have full faith in the party.
The BJP has said that it has won the mandate of the people. BJP's chief ministerial face, B.S. Yediyurappa, met the governor today and said he was confident that the governor will allow him to prove majority on the floor of the House.
They have unanimously taken decision, has elected me as the legislature party leader. I have just handed over that copy to the governor and I requested him as early as possible to allow me to take oath as Chief Minister of Karnataka. He told me he is going to take appropriate decision as early as possible. We have got 100% confidence that he is going to take a decision immediately.
People of Karnataka have rejected Congress, and Congress attempt to make a backdoor entry into power is not appreciated by people of Karnataka. They have thrown Congress out of power lock, stock and barrel. They have rejected Congress game plan, and the bitter enemies who were accusing each other are now want to come together just for it's a marriage of convenience. It's unethical, and therefore people have supported BJP and BJP will form the government.
And there is breaking news coming in from Karnataka. Amid hectic parleys in Karnataka, JDS is now accusing the BJP of horse trading. The party's chief ministerial face, HD Kumaraswamy, made a stunning allegation against the BJP. Kumaraswamy alleged that BJP has approached MLAs from the Janata Dal Secular and offered 100 crore rupees. He also alleged that the BJP, in a bid to get MLAs on their side, offered them cabinet posts. This is the breaking news coming in from the election circus in Karnataka. The JDS has now accused the BJP of horse trading, and the party's chief ministerial face, HD Kumaraswamy, made a stunning allegation against the BJP, which is alleged that BJP has approached MLAs from the Janata Dal Secular and offered 100 crore rupees He also alleged that the BJP, in a bid to get MLAs on their side, offered them cabinet posts. This has come soon after rife speculations of some JDS MLAs gone missing. And as we know, today is a very crucial day for Karnataka, as we are looking at a post-poll possible alliance between Congress and JDS. And let's quickly take you to the press conference where H.D. Kumaraswamy is addressing a presser. Joining me also is our correspondent Nishchita Virender, who's joining us live from the press conference.
Please. ಈಗ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ವಚನ ಅವರು ಸ್ವೀಕಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾದ ಬಹುಮತವೇ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಏನೇ.
How can Yediyurappa say that he will accept oath? He does not have clear majority. He cannot take the decision of taking oath.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ನಾನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೊದಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅಲ್ಲ. JDS ಪಕ್ಷ ಕೇವಲ ಅಧಿಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಅಪಹಪಿಸುವತಕ್ಕಂಥ.
It's not important what happens in the next few days.
ಇವತ್ತು BJP ಇಂದಲೂ ಆಫರ್ ಇದೆ ನನಗೆ.
JDS is not hungry for power. We are not looking to get into power. We are not opportunistic.
ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ನಡೆಸಬಹುದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಯಾವುದೋ ನಿಮ್ಮ.
If I go with BJP, our strength will go to 140. I can easily run the government.
The press conference, as you can hear, Nishchita Virender joining us live. Nishchita, we just heard you inform us about what H.D. Kumaraswamy has to say. He's saying that JDS is not hungry for power. Is that also a sort of surrender?
Also, what he said right after that was he caused a black mark on the record, on the political record of his father, H.D. Devegowda, the former Prime Minister, by joining hands with the BJP back in 2008. Right before 2008 and 2006, and that is the reason why this is an opportunity for him to redeem the image of H.D. Devegowda that he had put at stake after joining hands with the BJP to form the government. As we are aware that the 2020 power sharing formula had ended disastrously for the BJP as well as for the state of Karnataka, plunging the state into an administrative paralysis. So at the moment, the JDS trying to take the moral high ground, saying that they're not really hungry for power, they're not opportunistic, and they're going with the Congress only because it augurs well to their supposed secular credentials, and they would not want to join hands with the BJP. But we all know that the story is much bigger than that. We all know that the fact that Kumaraswamy has been tired of being the kingmaker so far and wants to become the king this time around. And that opportunity can be presented to him only by the Congress and not by the BJP. The BJP is clearly in a stronger position with 104 seats, and if murmurs are to be believed, then probably even an independent has jumped onto their bandwagon and they have 105 seats, although that has not been confirmed by the Bharatiya Janata Party as yet. Keeping these factors in mind, the BJP is still short of 12 seats, so they should be looking at 112 seats. How do they manage to do that? Well, the answer is in horse trading, because they don't have any more independent. The Mulbagal MLA is parading around with DK Shivkumar, and DK Shivkumar is holding on to him tight. The other one is a BSP candidate, and BSP, as we know, has a pre-poll alliance with the JDS. So there could be loose links in the JDS and Congress that the BJP would want to exploit. At this point, I would like to take our viewers back to 2008, when an identical situation had come up in Karnataka. Yet another hung assembly was thrown up, with BJP becoming the single largest party with 110 seats. So what BJP and what Janardhan Reddy, back then the mining baron, had formed that circumvented the anti-defection law. So they managed to convince 4 legislators from the JDS as well as 3 legislators from the Congress to shift base to the BJP, to leave their respective parties, essentially ending their MLA, their legislatorship, and they left their parties, JDS and Congress, and they contested from the BJP ticket. Out of the 7 MLAs who recontested in by-elections from the BJP ticket, 5 won, and that brought BJP past the magic number of 113. It made them 115 strong in the 224-member assembly. So that is something that the BJP would want to revisit, would want to reinvent here in these elections as well, because after the Congress has lost, their meeting, their legislative party meeting was supposed to happen at 8:30, and even as we speak, legislators are still coming in. There seems to be a lack of discipline, indicating a lack of consensus. If everything was supposed to go as per plan, then by now the Congress and JDS legislators were supposed to be at the Raj Bhavan, but that has not happened, and BJP has beaten them to it and have already come here, submitted the letter that Yediyurappa has chosen as the legislative party chief, giving them a clear advantage over the coalition.
Right. Nishchita, we are also joined in by Jessica Taneja, who's also reporting live from Bengaluru. As you aptly mentioned that, BJP has beaten Congress and JDS at it by, acting swiftly. Let me quickly go across to Jessica and ask her, what is the legal recourse now for Congress now that, BJP is actually pressurizing the governor to let Yediyurappa take oath?
Well, firstly, the governor will have to act according to the constitutional provisions. And if he does keep that in mind, he'll have to look up to some experts, legal experts, and decide as to what the course of action would be. Of course, there'll be a lot of suggestions being given to the governor. One cannot preempt or predict as to what the governor would do at this point in time. But the legal recourse for Congress or either of the parties who do not get a favorable sort of answer from the governor would in fact move the Supreme Court. And we already heard earlier in the day that the Congress party was likely to move to the Supreme Court if they didn't get the nod from the governor to form a coalition party, a coalition government with the JDS. So for that, the Congress party or the BJP, for that fact, whoever doesn't get the favorable order from the governor would in fact move the apex court and take the legal recourse from there. But from the legal experts who I have spoken to, they say that the way out for the governor would be to identify a stable government, and that would be pretty much the more logical approach to sort of appointing the new government in the state of Karnataka.
Right. Also, Jessica, it's important to establish that it's a very time-bound decision for the governor, and that he does not have the luxury of time at the moment.
Absolutely, Akansha. He doesn't have the luxury of time because May 28th is when the assembly will be done with, and we know that ex-Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has already given his resignation in place. So, of course, there's not much time left. The decision might be out anytime soon, and the coming days would be very crucial for both the leading parties out here in Bengaluru. But this is what the situation right now is in front of the governor. He'll have to act swiftly, but at the same time seek suggestions from the legal eagles and the legal experts of the country as to what the course of action would be, because there are a lot of conflicting judgments and precedents which are set in the Constitution and the judgments in the past on this particular issue or this case, which have very, very differentiating sort of narratives. So it's up to the governor as to what kind of legal aspect will he be taking here, or whether he'll be sort of appointing a new government on some different grounds. Whether he will go for a floor test or have an assembly where there'll be a speaker who would in fact take votes and take the oath of the assembly members. So all that given in place, it's really up to the governor as to what he's going to do now.
Right. Very rightly said that the ball is actually in the governor's court. Let me also go across to Nishchita for one last question. Nishchita, what is the sentiment on ground zero since Yediyurappa has accused the Congress of subverting the mandate, whereas now we heard JDS accusing the BJP of horse trading? What is the public sentiment at the moment amidst this entire election hoopla?
Well, the public sentiment is, if I can sum it up in 2 words, it is not again, because this is something that Karnataka has gone through in the past. Back in 2008, the resort politics had practically embarrassed the state. You had MLAs being hoarded in resorts for several days in an attempt to save them from horse trading, and fairly, which is an insult to the entire democratic process of elections itself. But having said that, it is the Indian democracy. It is one of the more colourful democracies, and we have seen such post-poll coalitions emerging as successful governments in other states in the recent past, and that's what gives hope that either way it goes, it will be a stable government, and that is the hope that people are really taking forward. As far as being disappointed or happy with it, while on one hand the BJP has emerged as the single largest party with 104 seats, if you look at the vote share, then the Congress trumps the BJP. So the sentiment is very divided even on ground. Some are happy that a local leader like Kumaraswamy could become the chief minister. A few others are happy that the people's mandate of BJP coming to power could prove to be very doable for the BJP if they manage to get enough time from the governor.
Right. Thank you so much, Nishchita Virender and Jessica Taneja there joining us live from Bengaluru. We will continue to track the latest developments coming in from Karnataka.